Hello, welcome back. It's Fred in the shed. Well, Fred on the radio. And another unexpected video where someone new has come back to sideband radio here in the UK. So this was just completely unexpected. Finished work, just jumped on the 27305, which is an upper sideband UK CB radio group. Chatting to Chris in Ware, I think it was, and Chris in Welling Garden City. So we had two Chris's on, and also Richard in Hatfield, who's a regular. And then this guy came on with a very broad Newcastle accent. He was a little off frequency. I had to play around with the controls to get him on the frequency. His name was Dan. He's got a Charlie Tango call sign. It's 4428. And he's just come back onto radio after all these years. Decided to come back onto radio. He's friends with Richard. And, well, he'll explain it in the video. I won't tell you too much, but absolutely fantastic. That's another person who's decided to come back onto radio, and he's looking forward to the summer of Skip. Got himself a CRT radio, and he's simply set up an antenna on a pole in the garden. A basic setup, how we all started. Shoved an antenna on a pole in the garden, and it's working pretty well for him. He was getting out really, really well. So anyway, here it is. Here it comes. This is Dan, a new breaker, Charlie Tango of 4428 from Hatfield. Oh, you have to go again on that, Richard. I was doing something. What? So you're Cowboy, and what is Dan?
Yeah, they shortened my handle from Continental Cowboy down to Cowboy, and in turn, Dan got the handle Outlaw.
Roger. So we're getting some right Western themes going on here then.
It's all good stuff there, mate. But as I look out my shack window here, I can see that the tip of Dan's antenna. We are about 70 yards apart.
Wow, that's amazing. That's like the old days, Richard, when there was like 3 people in my street.
It is, mate. I'll say it is a proper flashback for me, because back in the day I had a very super powerful home-based station 5 doors from me.
Oh, I bet that was a pain, because I had a guy down the road from me, and yeah, he used to run a little bit of boots, and I could hear him pretty much on every channel on them old sort of Uniden splatter boxes.
It did lead to some good jokes though, because you could put a dummy load on, and you could imitate stateside and wind one another up, something terrible.
Oh, those were the bad old days. Well, okay then, I've got the camera going now. So the Outlaw, Dan, Charlie Tango, was it 4428? Good afternoon again from Fred in the shed.
Yeah, good afternoon again, Fred in the shed. Charlie Tango 4428. And I started a short while ago. I bought a radio, a transceiver, a piece of coax and a few plugs. And I turned the end of the coax into a LT2T or L2T or whatever it is. End-fed dipole hanging from a tree outside the window, would you believe?
Well, it's working for you. I say it's working. You're just very, very slightly off frequency to me. I'm just playing with the shift control there. I have to try and sort of clarify you in a little bit. But it's working. So what radio? Have you come back on with an old radio from the day, or did you invest in some new equipment, Dan? Over?
Yeah, I've got a multi-band radio now. I've got the 9900, and the dipole is now being dismantled, and I'm now using Sigma Venom silver rod half wave out in the garden.
Yeah, Roger. How far have you got it up on the ground? Is it just on a pole?
Yeah, we've got somebody on the side there. It's about 15 foot up on a pole, and then there's the 17.5-foot area on top of that. So it's over 30 foot to the tip.
Yeah, Roger that. Well, it's doing the job. I say it's doing the job. You know, you're about a 6 to a 7 at a peak, and so coming through just a little bit low on the frequency there, but it's not a problem once we clarify you in. So you was a CBR back in the day, was you, my old mate?
Yeah, I was down the I'm the man on the FM up north, up in Newcastle upon Tyne, would you believe?
Yeah, I got that with the accent. So how long did you stick with it? Did you sort of give it up when it all got a bit silly, or did you stay on it?
Yeah, it got a bit wild, and I eventually gave it up. And I came down south looking for work, because I ended up out of work for a while.
Oh, I roger there. And you just I suppose you just drifted off it, and then. So what made you come back? Was that Richard talking to Richard and seeing his setup, and you got a bit of a taste for it, yeah?
Yeah, Richard mentioned that the airwaves were coming back. It was getting popular again, and it was, in some ways, it was better than it was before, which it is. But we've still got a lot of muppets about on the FM there. But it's there's a better choice of channels now, and it's a bit more interesting, you might say.
Yeah, all copied. Yeah, I totally agree. This is what I found when I came back. I found we have a laugh on here. You know, we're not always serious all the time. Only when we're shooting DX really, but we have a laugh. But it is a little bit more civilised on sideband, as you'd find out. And of course, because we're on sideband, there's more chance that we're going to get some skip. And quite often we'll get literally interrupted. And I reckon probably in a couple of months' time, the skip will be going over us. You'll be having trouble hearing me, because the skip will be going over local stations. Back to you.
Yeah, that's apparently one of the problems. If you get a big aerial up high, you not only pick up everything round here, you pick up all over the world much better on the skip as well.
Yeah, that is a roger. And I say this frequency, we chose it originally because it's not like the 555, which is like the international calling channel, but it is a skip frequency, and we will be getting some skip on here. So if you stick with it, yeah, you'll be hearing a lot of Italians come in. We'll be getting a lot of French come in, and a lot of Europe. So it does get quite good. So yeah, it's a lot different to back in the day. I mean, there's still the FM. You've still got the 19 if you want to go and sort of dip your toes in that. But as I say, when you're on here, it's you never know what you're going to get. You never know who's going to come on the side. We've had America coming on recently, and today there's skip coming in apparently. I imagine that's from 375. There's America coming in, so you never know. It's it's a bit different to the old days. Dan, over.
Yeah, the FM's still good for local copies. If the other guy's got a good aerial up, he can get a strong signal out on the FM, and it's quite good and clear. But there's a lot of noise and skip and a few idiots on there, but suppose things. This 9900, I've got from nights, they always seem to program it, then put the Muppet channels on the A band. Now that was a bit different for me, so I've turned it around by software, and I've put the A band back to the super low, and stepped gradually up to the super high with the Muppets after that on the G band. So it's I've got it in order. That's the way I like it, but that's what you can do, isn't it?
Yeah, all copied from you. Well, that's the thing nowadays. I say, if you've got the software cable and you find the software, then you can just tune it exactly how you want it. I mean, it's so much different to when we were back in the day there. Okay, well, I've got a little bit of video of you there, so thanks for that. I say, it's nice to hear new breakers. It's nice to hear new people coming on. I say, Richard did mention the fact to keep an ear out for you, but I've not been on the last few days. So yeah, I hope you stick with it, Dan. I hope you stick with it, and I hope you get some good skip in the next couple of weeks. And yeah, I hope you enjoy the radio there, Dan. Over.
Okay, thanks for the chat there, Fred, and we'll catch you again soon. We'll stand by now and let everybody else have a look in.
Thanks that there, old mate. Yeah, you take care, Dan. I'm sure we'll talk real soon. Okay, Richard, I'll pass it back to you. I'm going to shoot off now, Richard. So I literally just got in from work there. So thanks for bringing me across to Dan there. And say, sounds great, guy. Hopefully he'll stay on. So, okay, back to you, Richard. And 73s for now from Fred in the Shed.
73s in the shed, Fred, and have a good afternoon, mate.
So there you go. That is Dan in Hatfield, and that's 4428. So he's a Charlie Tango telephone numbers, and his, I believe, Richard's ex-father-in-law. Richard said to me the other day that keep an eye out for his, I think it's his ex-father-in-law. And there you go, his guy that's come back from Newcastle, great accent, and he's come back on radio. And since he's been listening to Richard, and he's new on sideband, and he's programmed, I think he had a 7900, he said. I'll have to play it back, but that's brilliant. That's another new breaker, keeping the 305 in the afternoon going. And of course, Pucker Dave's got the early crew on the 305, and that's sometimes got a dozen stations at 6 o'clock in the morning. Can you believe that? And then right now we've got Stateside coming in, and in a few weeks we'll have the European skip. So that's brilliant. Well done, Dan. Hope you stick with it, mate. It's nice to hear new voices. Right, I'm going to go and shoot off another bath because I've literally just come in from work. Another new breaker on the CB radio. I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Love the radio. Thanks for watching. Stay safe and catch you on the next one, guys.
Right, have a pop over. You've got Dan in Hatfield, and you've got Chris over in where? Voy a hacer un chequeo,